After so many years, I finally pulled the trigger and got my first drone. I got the DJI Mini 5 Pro. Now, there is a main reason that has made me think about it whether to buy it or not. It's the fact that for the past 10 years I've been living in Switzerland. This is a country that is led by a lot of regulations. So flying this drone is definitely not an exception. So the question that I'm asking myself is simple. Is it worth it or not? Come and join me for my first flight and let's figure it out. In Zurich, it's a little bit complicated to find places to fly a drone. It's such a country led by regulations. There is an app called Swiss Drone Maps where you can actually find places where you can legally fly a drone. So I arrived to the place and the sun is a little bit gone, but it looks like perfect weather to fly a drone, so let's see. I've been living in Switzerland for 10 years now, and this is a place that reminds me of my first years in Switzerland. I used to have a dog, and this was the perfect place to bring the dog for a walk, right at this park. And I guess it will be a perfect place to fly a drone too. So as you can see, this place is huge. I'm so glad that it's really close to my home. Just 10 minutes away by train. Now the grass looks pretty high here, so it looks like for my first flight I need to do a handheld taking off and landing. Let's set up the control. Control ready. Turn it on. Double click, like all DJI products. We got the control ready. Let's take the drone out. Let's open the drone for the first time. Now in Switzerland, you need to have the drone registered. So it's important to actually register your drone, download the code, and stick it to your little drone. So now the drone is ready. We're gonna try to fly it. So let's try to fly this for the first time. And we are up. Let's press record and see what I can do. I think at the beginning, it's just nice to look at the drone, right? Like pay attention to the actual drone instead of looking at the screen, just to get used to the movement of the drone. My mind is just stuck on understanding how to fly, get used to the controls. I don't even know how to turn the gimbal. I know how to operate the camera, so I'm just trying to play with the toy, right? Before even thinking about recording and creating content, it's just learn how to fly the drone and get used to the controls and then go from there. So, how do I move that gimbal? All right, this is what I was looking for. That's what I wanted to have. Understand a little bit? Yeah, okay. Now, how do I center everything again? No. Yeah, okay. So, C1 to center everything. Gimbal up and down. Gimbal, tilt. And then center everything again. All right, let's try to go all the way up to 120 meters. Let's look at Zurich. So I got nervous for the first time. I didn't see the drone anymore. There it is. So now, because of technology, the drone comes back. And he's right here. I'm just gonna keep driving, right? I have 3 batteries, 50% in this one. And I think for the first time, it's all about having fun and driving the drone. Let's go all the way up again. Now I know how to control the drone. I know that the drone comes back home. That's really important. I'm a little bit less nervous. So let's try to look at Zurich a little bit. Get a little bit nervous when you just start looking at the screen and lose control of the drone and you really don't know where it went. So now the drone is back and we can try again. So again, I'm gonna forget about the screen and just play around with the drone close to me so I can look at the machine and just fly a little bit with it. My brain is kind of glitching with the two joysticks. I'm getting used to it. I think it's gonna take a little bit of time, but it feels like a toy, so at the end, you know, what is a man with a toy? But just a happy version of ourselves, right? All right, I'm gonna try my first landing because I have 5 minutes left of battery. So I'm gonna try to land it on my hand because again, the grass is really high here. I'm a little bit scared, but let's try it. So now the drone is here. And they say just to and that's it. That wasn't that hard. I was a little bit worried about this, but it really wasn't that hard. It's so hard to just like turn around. You know? I keep going like forward and backwards, but you know, I try to turn around and sometimes I get it, but sometimes it's not that easy. I still need to adapt the settings of my joysticks. It's just too sensitive right now, but it's the first time, so now I know how it feels. Okay, I'm gonna try to turn around. Let's face the gimbal up. Now this, I think, yeah. Oh, all right. Down, down, up, up. I learned something new. If I press the C1, I can go 90 degrees down and 90 degrees up. All right, so I'm gonna try to turn it around. Again, the joystick is so sensitive, it's crazy. Okay, I'm a little bit gone now. You really need to pay attention to where your drone is. Luckily, there's some technology to bring the drone back. Oh, and there's some birds here too, huh? That can be tricky. So where are you? I see it coming. So next time that I'm coming here, I'm actually gonna learn some flying and recording techniques. For today, I think just flying the drone is good enough. How are people flying those FPV drones? Maybe in the future I will get one. So I'm starting to find a little bit of a flow here, little by little. Okay, let's see if I can fly it back to me. So let's turn to the left. This time I'm trying to fly it back to me. Yeah, actually, that's it. It's the first time I fly the drone back to me without using technology. It's a little bit scary though, but here it is. It's going back up again. I think after this, I'm gonna be happy with it. I'm gonna leave that for battery for the next time. This time I went really far away. I cannot see it. Where are you? Ah, there it is. I think this time I went really far away. I hope I didn't pass the limits of the city, but well, it was really high, right? So let's catch that drone one last time. So that's it, my first successful drone flight. I'm really glad that I pulled the trigger and got one of these. I really enjoyed it a lot. So let's close the drone and go back home. For me, out of all the things to do with the drone, this is still the hardest thing to do, actually. Don't forget to unscrew. You don't want to damage your control. Then I still have one battery left. Maybe for next time. Hungry now. So some inputs if you're flying a drone for the first time. First of all, come to a really big open space like this. And practice, practice, practice. I mean, this is the first time I'm coming here. I'm probably gonna come again this week and probably next week. And now when I feel ready, I'm gonna go to the mountains. The Alps in Switzerland are really beautiful. But for that, I need a little bit more practice. And then I'll be ready to really shoot nice content. I think it's gonna take at least a couple of weeks to worry about video before worrying about flying. So the most important thing, worry about flying your drone, not about recording video.